Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's time for the praise break. Now, let's welcome Dr. Kris Erskine, the senior pastor of the Movement Fellowship Church in Birmingham, Alabama. Good morning, Pastor Erskine. Love you, man.
Good morning, Rickey and the Rickey Smiley Show family. Let us offer prayer at this time. Our Father and our God, we bless you and honor you this day for who you are and who you are to us. I thank you for life, health, and strength, and things being as well with us as they are, progressively getting better by the moment. We look to you, the author and finisher of our faith, because you're the God who does absolutely everything well. Touch someone's heart today, mind, soul, and spirit, and allow them to know that whatever they're facing in life, that they are not alone, that you are right there with them. Even for the person who thinks that I am too bad for a good God to be on my side, remind them that there is nothing that can separate them from the love of God. And God, I pray right now for those who are suffering. I pray for those who SNAP benefits have not been installed, those who are destitute, that they will know that you are God and you are God of their salvation. Bless those who are behind bars, incarcerated. Bless those who are homeless, living on the street. Bless those who have a home but feel lonely in it. And remind some child today that they have wonderful family support that only you can provide. We look to you, the very author and finisher of our faith. It's in your son's name we do declare it done. Amen. All right, Rickey, thank you, man, for this opportunity. And to you all, have a great day. If you're ever in the city of Birmingham, won't you stop by TMFC 1140 Pratt Highway in the beautiful city of Birmingham, Alabama. That's the Movement Fellowship Church, TMFC 1140 Pratt Highway in the beautiful city of Birmingham. Check us out at tmfclive.com. Peace.
All right, y'all, that was Dr. Kris Erskine, the senior pastor of the Movement Fellowship Church in Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you, Pastor Erskine. I've always been wanting you to get on and have a word of prayer, man, because, Lord, I love the way you pray. All right, y'all, let's get into this praise break, y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 14 after the hour, y'all, front page right here. Alfreda's, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. It's Tuesday, March 31st. Here's what's going on in the news. Some relief for TSA workers this morning. Retroactive paychecks are finally landing, even with the shutdown still ongoing. Full pay may take a little bit longer, though, but I mean, it's a start. Bad news for them and the rest of us. Gas prices are above $4 nationwide now. According to AAA, the average is now $4.01 a gallon, up from $2.98 just a month ago. And it's a big week at the U.S. Supreme Court. Justices are reviewing a death penalty case involving claims of racial bias in jury selection. So this case involves Terry Pitchford, who was convicted and sentenced to death for his role in the 2006 murder of a grocery store owner in Mississippi. Pitchford's friend is the one who actually pulled the trigger, but was not eligible for the death penalty because he was under the age of 18. Now, the district attorney in the case eliminated all except one black juror in Pitchford's trial. And separately, the court's going to hear arguments on Donald Trump's push to end birthright citizenship this week. Critics say it violates the Constitution. Supporters argue that the 14th Amendment has been misinterpreted and was only intended to ensure former slaves and their children were recognized as U.S. citizens after the Civil War. Oral arguments will kick off tomorrow. For info on these stories and more, go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, okay, March Madness on the women's side. The Final Four is officially set. All number one seeds will meet in Phoenix. UConn will play South Carolina. This is South Carolina's sixth straight Final Four. And UCLA will play Texas. Yes, it's going down. Shout out to San Antonio Spurs superstar Victor Wembanyama. Helped the Spurs win their ninth straight game. He had 41 points, 16 rebounds, while collecting the third fastest double-double since 1997.
That's easy when you're standing in in the damn goal.
Come on, he's unguardable, dog. He had 10 points and 10 rebounds in his first 8 minutes and 31 seconds on the court.
Like
right?
me playing with my toddler with that little first Fisher-Price basketball goal. Man, go sit your ass down.
Just throw it up, dog.
You can't
Just
shoot
throw it
no
up.
jumper. You can't do no layup. You stand in the damn goal.
Hey, but he got skilled now. He got handles like a guard now. Come on.
I would too if I had a Fisher-Price basketball goal.
Right, exactly.
All right, the GOAT conversation. Michael Jordan himself had a conversation with Gayle King about his opinion of who he thinks the GOAT is in basketball.
There's no such thing as GOAT, to me.
No such thing?
Not to me. Yeah, it's only because I think, we are transcended from other people, other athletes. We learn from other athletes. We progress the game as we move further. To say that one is better than the other.
I like that.
I'm going to say it for him. He the GOAT.
Yeah.
But that's respectful. That's respectful. That's humble.
He's supposed to say that,
I'm
exactly.
so tired of my son texting me LeBron James stuff, and we do it all day, every day.
Hey, the never
And
ending
then we
saga.
don't speak for like 3 days. We really have heated arguments, and then we go in silence. And then he'll be like, "How you doing?" I'd be like, "I'm doing good." Then he'll send something for LeBron. I'll send something for Joe, and I be saving him. I be waiting on his ass.
Gosh.
Yes, sir.
Like we really don't get along about that. Like we might have to go to therapy about that.
Wow.
Let's get it popping, man. Hey, Brat got the hot spot coming up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, this is the bottom of the hour. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it, y'all. Well, Nick Cannon has laid out his feelings about America's major political parties in a recent episode of his Big Drive show. He was chatting with Amber Rose about her move to the Republican Party, and here's how that conversation went down.
Democrats don't care about black people, and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color, and the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People
man.
don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
Both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to either party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names.
I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options, and he was definitely by far the better option for us.
Right. You know, there's a misnomer. People love to say that Abraham Lincoln and the Republicans freed the slaves. That party has been so different for so long. There was a party switch, so I would really love for them to do their homework before they say Republicans had a party out in black people. No, it's different, you dummy. The party switched.
Yeah, Roland Martin laid it all out on his live last night. He laid out Roland Martin did a whole history lesson last night. I'm talking about he laid it out. We streamed live. I attached it to my social media, and he laid it all out. Just a whole history lesson.
Where can people find that at, Ricky?
Yeah, you can go to Rickey Smiley, RickeySmileyMorningShow.com, or you can go to Roland Martin's page and look at his live from last night. Because the history is, he did say the history is complicated.
It is. It is.
But he broke it down and explained everything from the Southern Democrats to the Northern Democrats to the Northern Republicans and the Southern Republicans and who win. He laid out who, when, what, where, and how.
Wow. That's right.
He laid it all out.
The South gradually shifted Republican, and I'm so glad because I'm so tired of hearing that the Republicans freed the slaves. Oh my gosh, take a history lesson.
Yeah, and it's actually the way Roland Martin explained it is way more to it than that.
Yeah, it was a shift.
Yeah.
It was a shift, not a flip, as I said, but it was more of a shift. But the shift.
He even talked about the lily white Republicans, the Republicans and the lily white Republicans. And then you got the red dog Democrats and the blue dog Democrats.
Yes.
It's a lot to it. It's really complicated. It's not as simple.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad.
Well, y'all, for more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com, and you can catch me on all my social media at Brat. Why don't you hit us up for them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKEY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. Right here on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
nobody is saying that life is easy, but sometimes you can get a good cheat code from somebody who's been, living longer than you and doing this thing right. So we know we need more sleep. We know we need more water. We know we need more exercise, yada, yada, yada. But some other life hacks that people swear change their lives, y'all going to love this, include saying, let me check my calendar instead of immediately just saying, yeah, I can do it. Are you guilty of that, Ricky?
Wait a minute, say that one more time.
Yeah. Instead of just saying yes, you say, let me check my calendar. Before just saying yes and I'll do it.
You got to make sure you really want to do it.
And make sure you can.
Yeah.
So are you?
Yeah. You always should think about stuff because you agree to something just because you feel good at the moment, and you didn't have you're not thinking about the details of what comes with what you agreed with.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Brat, we just need you to come and I'll wave at the kids and leave. Okay, where do I go in? Who do I have to meet? And then they always add stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, adding stuff that say that's not what we discussed. That's not what we. So I'm very specific. I lay out the rules in every single little teeny tiny detail.
Yeah.
And if it don't go the way we agreed on, it's a problem.
Right.
But I don't but people will, you just don't agree to stuff unless you don't understand the details of what comes with what you agreed to.
Okay, I'm working on that one. Okay, here's another one. Just say I'm working on this one too. Tell me if y'all working on it. I don't know enough about that to have an opinion yet because people respect that way more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a right to sit down and gather your thoughts.
Right.
I just don't say nothing, child.
Yeah.
I just stay out of it.
Okay. Go ahead, Rock.
No, just trying to fake it and lie.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give you something. If it's politics, you call your friends like your Jeff Johnson and your Roland Martin.
Right.
And get them on the phone and ask them the question and let them give you a really good answer so you can articulate properly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be on the right side of the issue, but you can also articulate it wrong.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Okay,
Thanks.
here's one I know all of us, everybody's got to deal with this. Let people be wrong. We don't have to correct everybody. Like, no. Like, you ain't got to fight with people. Just let them be wrong.
To an extent.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Honey, yeah, honey. You're not going to sit here and make me look crazy.
Right.
I know I'm right.
Exactly.
Now, if the wrong...
Now, Gary going to fight you tooth and nail
You
if you wrong, child. He right.
Now, if the wrong has an effect on you, that's when sometimes I just listen and I just sit back and say to myself, look at this dumb ass. But sometimes if as long as the wrong is not having a negative effect on you and yours, then it's different. Sometimes they can be wrong. You just let people have their opinion because some people are made to argue. Sometimes you could be on the right side of the issue, but it's
and they still gonna argue.
They're gonna argue, and they are a great arguer, and you don't know how to argue that well.
Right.
And then you get confused, and then they start throwing other stuff in there. Now the conversation all over the place, and they can still make you look stupid when you actually right.
Changing the narrative.
Oh, yes. Oh, I know people who do that.
I dealt with a lot of.
Wait a minute.
That's when you deal with narcissists and liars and manipulators. They're good at it.
Great at it.
And the best thing to do is just to be quiet and let them have it.
Be like Scooby-Doo.
Or walk away. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, how about this one, y'all? That brings me to this one. Care less about what people think. It's not possible to care about everything and everybody. You know what?
You really do.
You know what my dad used to say about me? If I don't care about you, then I don't care about what you think.
Right.
Right.
So
we say that though. I don't think that's true though.
Yeah, well,
It's
after a while, you get a coat of armor, and you stop caring about what people have to say.
Especially people who are not your family, who are not close to you. You know what I mean?
Boy, when your ass walk in a courtroom, every eye in that courtroom on you, like who the F he think he is coming in here with his pants pulled up and his lawyer and his, you know what I'm saying? What you want my pants to be sagging? Want me to have some twists and looking like, you know what I'm saying? Not looking professional. Look at him. Look at who he
You
think
know how
he
you
is.
look. You know how you came in there.
Think he know everything. Think he who? Look at who like. And man, you can feel the energy. You walk in certain rooms, man, that people that are not operating at your level. Whether and I mean, when I say level, it ain't got nothing to do with no slim. I'm talking about a principal. I'm talking about a city council person. Look at her. Who did she think
Haters.
she
That's why
is?
you can't
Oh
care.
my God, they be so.
You got to
so
be secure
damn,
within yourself.
You have
so
to just
damn.
carry that
We need to stress this conversation. Appreciate that, Alfreda's. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's
Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Y'all, rapper Future's ex-girlfriend, honey, Miss Brittany Mailey, honey, she is demanding, y'all, that he be thrown behind bars, y'all, for failing to comply with a court order over their beautiful 12-year-old son, Prince. Now, TMZ is reporting, y'all, that according to the court documents obtained, that Brittany accused Future, y'all, of failing to comply with a 2023 court order. She claimed, y'all, that the musician did not obtain a $500,000 life insurance policy, naming her as the trustee for Prince. That's their son. She asked that Future be held in contempt and incarcerated until y'all he resolved the issue with the life insurance policy. Now, back in 2023, Brittany was awarded y'all an increase to her monthly child support from Future. Now, the judge ordered him to pay only $5,000 a month, honey, up to, and from $3,000 that he was previously paying Miss Brittany. Now, they're saying y'all Future has yet to respond to the new petition. How would you not pay for your child's insurance? I mean, if you know the child got to have insurance and what have you and stuff. And I mean, why would he not comply? You know, to do that.
I don't know. When nobody have asked me to pay for my children's insurance, that's a non-negotiable. That's off the top.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess, I don't know. But you know what? I promise you, some people saying that they know, baby, Sierra over there somewhere saying, oh, I'm glad you got that problem.
Dodged a bullet, didn't she?
She dodged a bullet, baby, honey. She got her a good insurance policy, good man.
Just had sense enough to move on from the relationship and find her somebody that was worth her being with.
That part.
You know what I'm
saying?
Yep,
and
chicks
she did.
out here still chasing them, chasing dreams. They see him on stage, women lining up, paying money. Then they start moving different and stuff. And I don't know why they put themselves through that.
Yes, Lord. But I guess it's love. They say it's love.
But they don't want no nice guy.
Nope.
Nerdy guy that work every day. They like that. They like men like that. And then they have to go through that.
But sometimes you have to have a bad boy before you can appreciate a good guy. And I think that's what happened with Sierra.
Yeah. So bless her spirit. Well, we glad her now. She's in a good situation, and hopefully and prayerfully, you know that. This woman, Miss Brittany, honey, get what she needs to get her insurance policy, and honey, he don't have to go to the pen. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, baby, Juanita Bynum. Oh, I love Miss Juanita Bynum, honey. This girl, I don't know if she's back or they just resurrected some of the things that she said in the past, but I am in agreement with Miss Bynum. Now, they're saying she's got, they put out, honey, put your panties on, baby. They say Miss Juanita Bynum went viral for savage, y'all. Church ran against tight dresses and greased up legs, honey. According to MTO, y'all, they say, honey, they've seen some fiery sermons in their time, but they say prophetess Miss Juanita Bynum, honey, just took tough love to a whole new level. The No More She's author, they're saying, is currently, y'all, trending across every social media platform after a recent video surfaced of her absolutely eviscerating y'all church members for their choice of Sunday attire. Y'all know Easter is coming up, and honey, this is a good time for it. Now, they're saying that the 67-year-old preacher didn't hold anything back, targeting women who show up to the sanctuary looking more like they're headed, honey, to the VIP section of a nightclub than a house of worship, honey. And here's what Dr. Bynum had to say.
And I can't even get to the concept of somebody preaching and leading praise and worship with no stockings on, with thongy, stringy shoes on, and your legs all greased up. What kind of message are you trying to send us? Because to me, that looked like somebody that ain't purged out in God. And any minute you can just go over in a corner to a deacon and just raise your dress up and hit it right there in the corner. Because you don't even have drawers on.
Well.
And I am in agreement.
I go to church every Sunday. They be in there with them tight dresses on, legs greased up, no drawers. And I pray hard. I go to the altar call and I pray hard. And I was going to change churches, but the Lord says, stay there and keep praying for them. And they all over the place, all over the place.
It's
all
a mess, Ricky.
Standing there, you trying to read your Bible, standing up, and then they stand up with them little sweater skirts on, but the onions be sitting up there.
Poor Ricky.
And I try to pray to them onions go down.
You need to, but I am in agreement because this is why I go to the churches that I go to. I don't want to see your panty line. I don't want to see your print. I don't want to see none of this tight. And then quickly people, especially us, quit out where the Lord say, come as you are. Well, honey, I looked it up and this is what the Lord said. They're saying come as you are is commonly cited y'all biblical concept, though not a direct phrase. They say meaning God invites individuals to approach him with their sins, struggles, and burdens without needing to fix themselves first. That's what comes as you. I mean, my thing is this.
Gary,
you should be going to church, honey, looking like you damn going to the club.
Yeah.
If you got a dress code, damn it, to go to school and a dress code to go to the damn club, why would you want to come to church looking like something?
And I really go out of my way because I invite all of them over to my house where I can talk to them and try to tell their people.
No, sir.
I'm about to say, Rick, so how come you ain't changed churches, dog?
Exactly.
It ain't in my spirit.
Yeah,
It ain't in my spirit. But
It's
I'm
in
going one more
Awesome.
time. I'm
One
gonna
more
go
time.
east to
You
see
get
what
one
they got.
more
I'm
time.
going to east to see what they got
Lord.
on. And after that,
Yeah.
after that, I'm going to Trinity out there with Pastor John King,
Yeah.
where they dress right and wear stockings.
Yeah, because I just think it's horrible. I mean, it's a
Gary,
distraction.
I'm not putting on stockings. I'm not going to do it. I did it through my whole childhood. I'm not putting on stockings.
Well, put on underwear. She said the women don't be wearing
I'm not going to
underwear.
wear that either, but how would you know?
What?
How,
my God.
why should I wear? How do you know if I have underwear? I'm not wearing underwear right now.
Well, I know you don't wear underwear.
my
I know that. I
God.
worked with you for
But
years.
guess what? Nobody knows.
All right, we're gonna
it.
have an altar call right now. Everybody, let's
But
get on
Rick-
our knees and
yeah,
pray.
She not lying. She the one who taught me how to wear thongs.
Oh, my God.
Got freeze in the dressing room. Dress
What
with that
has
shit.
to
I don't want to
Sir.
be uncomfortable. Why do I have to be? I'm gonna wear a nice dress. It's not tight fitting, but I don't have to wear stockings and underwear. What is? The Bible says nothing about underwear or stockings.
Cause I don't know what Moses and them had on up under them robes. They didn't have
Thank you.
nothing on.
Thank you.
They was
Ricky.
commanding
And he
on them
parted
bad
the
boys.
whole Red Sea with no,
sure did.
and he didn't have no fruit of the loom.
All right, the color today. This is one of my favorite colors. My color today is rhodonite. On the high end, you say rhodonite. On the low end, just say purple. This show is very transparent. I mean, we just telling it like it is.
That's a
honey.
good point, Rick. I don't think Jesus and them had draws
They
on.
didn't have on nothing.
But you
up
know
with
they
that
got this
constrictive
song
thing?
out.
They were just regular people. They were sitting around the camp fire one night, and Peter passed gas, and somebody
Okay.
said, Jesus. And he said, no, that was not me, my son. That was Judas.
Okay, no.
Y'all give it up for Gary. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got the wake up calls. Get him at 8669 Ricky. Here we go.
Here we go.
Wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together.
Get it together.
You up this
Hey,
morning,
let's
so
go.
we be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive.
Shimon.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on, tell us and just wake
Wake up.
It's Tiffany from Tampa. I want to wake up my son, my sister, and my niece. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, this is Natarian Smith calling from Clinton, South Carolina. I just want to say wake up to my family in Clinton. Wake up, wake up!
I'm calling to wake up all the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Wake up, wake up!
Good morning. This is Crystal from Marion, Indiana. Wanted to scream out Big Mike White. Have a good morning.
Yo, wake up.
Let's go.
Wake up. If you listening on your radio.
Your radio.
Gang of city tuned in. Lock in. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know.
Let 'em know we
in
in.
Portland.
Wake up.
In Charlotte. Wake up. In Raleigh. Wake up.
Let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore. Wake up. In Nashville. Wake up.
Let's go.
Indianapolis. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, Beyonce, Alowishus, what you got coming up?
Hey, coming up, if you know someone that has ADHD or gets motion sickness, there is a free new app you need to check out. I got the details coming up in Techie Tuesday. Don't miss it. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, and it's about that time. It's Techie Tuesday. Beyonce, Alowishus, what up?
Good morning, Ricky. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am good. Now, I got something for you in just a second because you were talking about the Icon airplanes. Well, there's something new you need to know about. But first, for all of my iPhone users out there, I need you to make sure you go to your settings right now. There's a big warning out for 200 million iPhone users. There's a new program called Dark Horse, and it is taking over your iPhone, and you need to make sure your iPhone is updated to iOS 26, and here's why.
These researchers at Google just revealed a brand new hacking tool that's been silently stealing data from iPhones since November. It's officially called Dark Sword, and you don't need to download anything at all. They're saying that you don't need to tap a link, you don't need to install an app, you just need to visit the wrong website, and it takes over your entire phone in seconds. So obviously, how lovely is that? They're saying that it chains together 6 different vulnerabilities in Safari and iOS to break in, steal your passwords, messages, photos, iCloud data, crypto wallets, browser history, and everything else in between.
Oh my gosh. How do we do it? How do we get it off?
So, again, you need to go make sure the update will definitely protect you more. It's iOS 26. All you do is go to your settings on your phone, and you're going to go to General, and you go to About, and it'll tell you if you have an update that you need to do for your phone, and that's how you protect yourself. But again, it's scary because it can get into your crypto wallets, it can get into your bank accounts, you can get into your pictures, all that stuff. So make sure you are updated and ready to go. Now, a lot of parents out there have kids who suffer with ADHD. I know my 8-year-old son, Chance, has it. And, Ricky, that's the child where he'll be looking off at the window. He'll be like, hey, right here. Well, a lot of people are using like noise frequency. I don't know if you've heard about this before, but what noise frequency is it's using like 100 megawatts to help people with ADHD it calms them down. It puts them in a place of zen. And there's all types of apps and websites that you can check out now. The one I was using the other day that I thought was really cool was Brain FM. It's online. You put your headphones in and the sound goes from one side to the other. And it's kind of like a way to make your brain reprogram itself, because for those kids who are suffering with ADHD, it doesn't stay in one place. So very, very cool technology. Also, the same kind of similarity with this new motion app. So if you have, or someone you love, like your kids, suffer from motion sickness in the car, well, there's a new app that just dropped from Samsung. It's absolutely free. It's called Therapy. So again, using sound therapy. And so what it is it's supposed to help you when you're going through these, because a lot of people don't know that motion sickness is caused from your ears. Now, this is something medical that Dr. Collier can talk about, but Therapy is very cool, absolutely free for Android users. You can download it. It does a lot better, though, if you use your AirPods to check that out. So definitely check that out. And lastly, a new term that a lot of people are going to start hearing is EVTOL. Now, what does that mean? It is the newest wave of electronic vehicles. So, Ricky, you were talking about the airplane that wants to take off. Well, the EVTOL, basically, it's kind of like personalized helicopters and hovercrafts where you can go and leave from your house. It literally goes up straight from the ground. It doesn't need to take off. It's hovering. So it's no longer hey, we have to have a runway and go. So, you were talking about the Icon airplane, but these EVTOLs, it's going to be amazing. You're going to have your own.
Are they real? They really
going
to make it?
There's already one called Eve, and they're doing the prototype right now. Very, very cool stuff. Now, the thing that I'm really interested in, how are they going to control the airwaves?
Right.
Like people moving around. We already have enough issues.
Yeah, you probably they'll probably have something on there that you won't crash into another one, and then you can't go above 10,000 feet, whatever this FCC or F something, whatever regulation. Or whatever, just like they do the Icon plane, you can't go over a certain altitude. So you can move around, but they got spots. Just like on a boat, certain parts of the ocean that you can't go in if they're doing nuclear testing. Because one time I was out there fishing and a submarine ship came up like 100 yards in front of me. And it scared the dear life out of all of us. It just came up out of the water like a whole building came up out of the water, and you really have to pay attention to your Garmin. Because if you're not paying attention to your Garmin, there are waters where they're doing nuclear testing, or just certain, or if you're in the sky, they have no-fly zones. And if you fly over those no-fly zones or whatever, you can put yourself in danger. So you have to pay attention to your instruments.
Yeah, so very, very scary stuff. So make sure you check out all these stories on my Instagram at Beyonce ATL for the therapy, for the motion sickness, and more. And I will always post on my stories, so definitely make sure you check it out again at Beyonce ATL. And that's your Techie Tuesday.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the tea. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 6 minutes after the hour, Gary has the tea in the Kahlua today. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Ari Lennox. Baby, this girl is speaking out, and she's admitting things, and she's saying things about men and how their attractiveness is just zero. And here's what Miss Lennox had to say.
All of these ambitious goals of mine that I've been able to achieve, I thought that would be attractive. And in meeting men and dating a lot of successful men, none of them would ever talk about how exciting it is that I have invested in properties or would ever even want to come to see my house. All my accomplishments were minimized, just realizing, wow, I think it deters them.
And that's what men do, baby. Yes, honey. She said, honey, she admitted y'all that her business moves aren't attractive to successful men. She said it intimidates them. And that happens to women all the time. I mean, you know, men will say what they want, but they really don't want what they say. She was like, well, golly, honey, I'm doing these things and trying to be a good woman and stuff for me and you sitting here, honey, just intimidated and stuff. And, you know, and that's a sad thing, though, you know.
What intimidate me?
That's
insecurities
right there.
Yeah, it's definitely a big insecurity.
I wouldn't give a damn if I lived in an apartment and worked at a gas station. I would not be intimidated. I mean, I'm happy for you. You know, it just depends on who you are as a person and the connection that we have. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, a lot of time it's not intimidation. You know, sometimes it's just not a connection.
Well, I guess so, but men always say what they want, but they really don't want what they say. Oh, I want a businesswoman. I want her to be this. I want her to do this and look like this and da-da-da. And then when you get it here, then you cheat on them or talk down to them and stuff or whatever and try to break them down, honey. And you're like, well, you said you wanted me. I got long hair. I'm light-skinned, but damn, then when you got me, now you want to do all this. So, you know, but
we ain't nobody said that.
Yeah, that's what men do.
Oh, to the extreme.
We don't say
men
that.
do that. Well, you might not say, but a lot of men do that, honey. Now, do you get them, honey? It's the chase versus the conquer. I didn't chase to get you. Now I got you. Now let me break you down. And that's what happened. Wow. So I agree with Ari. Congratulations, Ari. Move on, baby, with life and do what you got to do. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, honey, Angela Simmons, this girl, she's speaking out, honey, now. They said on the latest episode of Cam Newton's Funky Friday, reality TV star Miss Angela Simmons opened up about her split, honey, from rapper Yo Gotti, and she revealed the qualities that she's searching for in a new relationship. Now, Angela, you know, she's opened up, you know, because the split with the 2025 split from longtime boyfriend Yo Gotti and dating after ending y'all things with the devoted DM Whisper, y'all, who manifested their relationship. Now, they said during that recent interview with Cam Newton on his podcast, they said Angela opened up about life after her highly publicized 2025 breakup with Yo Gotti. Now, fans may remember y'all that Yo Gotti, think of it, y'all remember this now, Ricky? He famously called Miss Simmons his crush, y'all, in his 2016 track, Down in the DM, which eventually led to them dating years later, honey, in 2022. Well, they said reflecting on the relationship, honey, Cam asked the Hollywood star bluntly, after that relationship, do you ever think that the crush should have just remained the crush? And she responded with no. She said, no, not at all. She said, it's good. She said, it's fine. She replied. Newton gave her a curious look, prompted her to laugh nervously. But they say, honey, what more are you looking for? She said, it didn't need to remain a crush. She said, like, I had a great relationship with him. And that's, like we just said, I was just saying earlier about the chase versus the conquer. This man put her in his song. He got with her and stuff. Now, hell, we didn't date, now we broke up. Well, hell, you just wrote a song about me and stuff and said all these wonderful things, but they're saying, you know, that, you know, maybe she felt that maybe he just wasn't ready. They were in a different space.
Boy, he fumbled that one because she is fine and beautiful and successful. Oh, Lord.
But you remember what I just said? Men say what they want, but they really don't want what they say. Now, you didn't put all this stuff in a song.
I think with that, you probably got used to the relationship and then stuff you out here in the industry and then these damn women around you and the temptations and the scheduling, all of that kind of stuff, man. Because one thing about being in a relationship, a woman is like a flower. It needs sunlight and water and attention. And if you don't have it or whatever, it has an effect on the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And some women, man, she have a father, and she decided that, hey, this is not good enough right here. So she decided to move on.
Yeah. And his brother got shot and murdered back in Memphis, and there was a lot of heat behind him. And I think he was also at one point worried about her being the closest person to him, and her child getting hurt as well, because there were so many threats going on at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
she sure looking good on the internet.
Bless her spirit.
Why the
Ricky,
Lord keep sending her up Jesus and put her on my algorithm.
Okay. Jesus put her on your algorithm. It was Jesus.
Jesus. Somebody, you need to holler at a Rick.
Well, moving on in my final story, y'all. Ricky, you're going to love this. R&B singer, actress, and all-around icon Brandy, y'all, just received a major career milestone. They were saying recently the Vocal Bible received the 2,839th star, y'all, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, y'all.
Well deserved.
Yes, honey. So congratulations to Brandy, y'all. She received her star on the Walk of Fame, and I saw her parents on the star with her mom and dad. I didn't see Ray J, but I saw her mom and dad with her. So congratulations to Brandy and her star on the Walk of Fame. Do they give regular personalities that, Ricky? Because you can get you a star on the Walk of Fame. You know, we just got to put some money up.
I'm good. My church gave me a certificate last Sunday. I'm good. That's probably all I'm going to get. But I do hope to reach the Radio Hall of Fame.
Well, you got the Montgomery. How you pronounce it?
The what?
Marconi.
The Marconi. You got the Marconi. That's as high as you can get. Yeah, so, you know. So
the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the stuff the work that Brandy has done and the things that she has done is just absolutely, she will go down in history she is iconic.
Yeah.
She's iconic. And that's real talk. I'm so happy for her. Happy for Miss Sonia. You know, we all friends with Ray J, and we hope that he is well and healing or whatever. And, you know, her dad is
Mr. Willie.
Mr. Willie, real good people. And we love them. We love them.
Congratulations to Brandy. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is rhodonite. On the high end, you say rhodonite, and on the low end, you say beautiful purple. That's your color for today.
Man, that's a beautiful color. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rick's Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 24 minutes after the hour, y'all, we're talking about dress codes today. Lots of schools require dress codes for students, right? But should adults be required to follow a dress code in public places? Now, many businesses are tightening their dress codes to enhance their image, shifting away from the casualness and, of the pandemic era.
Yeah, Ricky, Ruth Chris Steakhouse went viral for reinforcing their business casual dress code requiring proper attire. Baseball hats are now not allowed in the dining area. They can only be worn in the lounge or bar. Gym wear, pool attire, tank tops, clothing with offensive graphics or language, revealing clothing or exposed undergarments are not permitted. This decision is reportedly a part of a broader effort to preserve a polished, upscale environment for guests.
Right, Brat. So while a lot of casual restaurants are relaxing their dress code right now, other restaurants like Houston's have tightened up on their dress code. For example, you can't walk in with sportswear, team athletic gear, gym clothes, hoodies, hats, and rubber flip-flops or slides. And some companies, including financial institutions, are also enforcing more strict business casual policies. They require collared shirts, they got to be tucked in, and then they're promoting well-fitting and unwrinkled clothing, i.e. don't come in there with your pants hanging down. Critics argue that strict dress codes can feel outdated in an era where the culture has become a lot more relaxed. So while they also note that people should be able to come as they are. So
this morning we want to know, are dress codes needed in restaurants and other businesses today? Why or why not? Gary, your thoughts?
Well, you know what? It's funny. I went to Houston's recently. Me and one of my friends, and he's a very prominent plastic surgeon. They turned us around because he had on some clogs, rubber clogs. And they said you can't wear those type of shoes. And he's a doctor. He was in his scrubs and the clogs, but they said, y'all can't go. And I'm like, child, these places. But now, some places I could understand, and they also, you can't talk on the phone. They say, baby, you ain't talking on the phone up in here. So they don't let you talk on the phone neither. So it's very interesting, But some places, I think sometimes you do need a dress code, and then it just depends. I'm like, if you're looking decent or what have you, look like you should be able to go. But they're like, nope. And it was another time, a real prominent restaurant out here in Atlanta. And I know one of those basketball players, I can't recall his name, a former basketball player, they turned him around because he had on a certain type of shirt. And he's a millionaire, but they said, you can't come in here.
Yeah, Alfreda, what are your thoughts, Brad? Alfreda?
Your decent Gary might not be my decent. Like my decent might be ragged out jeans with a blazer and a hoodie, and maybe Gucci clogs. But just because it's fashionable doesn't mean it's appropriate. So I get it. I guess what? I don't have to go to Ruth Chris if they don't want me to wear my stuff in there.
Yeah, 'cause them little thin ass steaks at Applebee's be hidden. What you think, Brat?
I guess that's what the establishment feels like, and if you don't want to abide by the dress code, then there's always other places to go and spend your money. You can eat at a bunch of different places,
But when I looked around, honey, they had a damn woman had on some sandals.
See, now that's the problem.
See,
that's when it
That's
becomes
I'm like, well,
problem.
she got on sandals. So, hell, what was the difference? And I didn't want to go to jail, so I'm like, girl, let's go. I didn't want to even argue, but I looked. I said, she got on sandals.
I think they should have a clear thing, just like the little thing, in the little pouch in front of you on an airplane on how to get out of the plane at the plane. Just a clear, acceptable, not acceptable. Be very, very clear. So because when it gets into a gray area, when they tell you can't come in and you got sandals on, and you look and you see somebody else with sandals on, or whatever, and then they might be white, and then you start feeling like, hey, y'all being biased. You let her come in with the sandals, but not me. What are your thoughts, Rock?
No, that happened to me as well with a baseball cap. Y'all know I wear a lot of baseball caps. And I was in there. I had a collared shirt on, some sneakers, and a baseball cap. And they said I couldn't come in, which is no problem. I took my cap off. But when I got in the restaurant, I seen two other guys with baseball caps on.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, they're going to make them take their caps off?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't mind taking my, when we went to Houston, Gary, last time we went, they didn't have to tell me to take my hat off. When I got there, I just popped it on off and went on to my table. If I know what the rule is, I'm gonna go ahead and take my hat off. And if somebody else have their hat on, then that's their business or whatever. I was hungry. I ain't got time to argue. Okay. Man, bring me my food, the appetizer.
Okay, I just want to eat my food.
Yeah, I just want to eat my food. I'm not going to sit up here and go through that. Now, I might say something on the way out after I get full and got my food. Then I start talking trash and then clown at the door and then dragging and foaming at the mouth. And then the police I'll show out after I'm full. But if I'm hungry, I'm not going to say nothing about racism. I just need that damn smoked tuna with that little bread and that little Hawaiian steak. Bring it to me. Bring me my damn lemonade. Take me over there in that booth where I sit.
And my spinach dip.
Yeah, my spinach dip and the little things. And on my way out, I'm going to cut the food on the way out. The way out.
Rickey, you said something. The problem is, you're like, I'm not going to say anything about racism, but we know that this is code. We know what it is. A lot of it is to keep us out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about Alfredo? What about the people that's out there that's saying that now some of our cousins, we don't want to dine with them. Some of our cousins, that come in there that don't know how to act and dress wrong, and you done spent all this money, and you on a nice date or whatever. You want to create an atmosphere. You paying for half of the food and the other half for the atmosphere for somebody to be at the table live on Instagram, turned up. And you trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying now.
Bring up a good point.
So it's like on one side I see what you're saying, but on the other side we got some cousins that don't know how to act when they go to a nice establishment, and you sitting up there job interview, or you out there with your pastor and his wife trying to have a good time, and then somebody using bad language and loud and hat turned onto the back, pants sagging, pajama pants, all this kind of stuff.
Taking selfies.
Taking selfies, light on, flash. Oh, no. Y'all get at me, 8669, Rickey, 8669, RICKEY. Good morning.
Hey, I think that they should be changing their clothing, because if we're at the beach at a resort, you can't wear your beach attire to the dinners there either.
My thought is, yes, they should have a dress code when it comes to coming to a restaurant, being decent. And let me tell you, I had an incident where we was out eating, and this girl came in. It was ridiculous what she had on. Didn't look like she had on no drawers. She might have had on something. She didn't look like she had on none. That's how short the dress was. Everybody looking at it going on.
Yeah, my name is Garrett, and I'm from Washington, D.C. I don't want to be in no restaurant and see nobody's butt and nobody's crouch all tighten up like that. Shit, they should have a dress code in the street. Nobody want to see all that foolishness. And I'm saying I love women, but I'd rather sit in the bedroom.
My name is Teresa from Marshall, and yes, I do think that we should have a dress code in restaurants because I don't want to look at your bottom, top, and middle while I'm eating.
Man,
Bottom, top, and middle.
Yeah, you trying to eat a steak in a strip club, and then here come Teresa, a big booty, and she trying to get by her ass parked right next to your ribeye. I couldn't get my phone fast enough. This is a true story. I couldn't get my phone fast. I said, would nobody believe this? Ribeye, I'm talking about medium well, right there the baked potato, and right there in the background, Teresa with them little stretch marks.
Yeah, Ricky,
Stretch marks spelled her name too, Teresa, in cursive. After her stretch mark spelled her name in cursive, Teresa.
No.
Yeah, dog.
No, sir. Not this morning.
Not this morning, sir.
Oh, man.
Y'all get him at 8669, Ricky. 8669 RICKEY. Hit me up, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, the time right now is 13 before the top of the hour. Y'all, listen, if you headed to certain restaurants like Root Chris, you might want to rethink that outfit because baseball hats are now banned in the dining room. So let's talk about it. Now, if you're paying for a meal, should it matter what you're wearing? You know, are dress codes needed in public? Why or why not? 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley. Good morning, team. Man, women, we need to do better. I seen a lady yesterday in some butt lifter underwear out in public like they were shorts. I think they need to dress better. I'm sorry.
There definitely should be a dress code. I work in a law department, and even at court, people come. This lady came in front of the judge. She had flip-flops on and a bonnet and a sweatsuit. So there definitely should be dress codes all around, especially in the workplace. When you come to court, they definitely should enforce dress codes.
This Chunky Carl, man. I just want to tell y'all about a time I got discriminated against. No, I'm 395 pounds, and I went into the Banana Republic. And when I walked in there, they asked me, was I there to pick somebody up? And it was completely uncalled for. And when I went in there, I went to the extra large rack, and they had an alarm on it. And so I feel completely disrespected.
Calm, man.
What about people who wear yarmulkes or people who live in the Middle East have, turbans? Are they all still excluded? Or I don't get your thoughts. Take it a little deeper.
Yeah, now religion. That's funny. Sir, they had an alarm on it. Sir, don't call up here no more.
Right.
James from Nashville. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. Decorum is gone. It is. Decorum is gone, and sometimes when you allow certain rules, people take it too far, and it feels like a manipulation. Because if you want to go to a nice restaurant and have a nice quiet dinner, and you spending money because you work your ass off, you don't want just like the cruise ships. Let me tell y'all something. Boundaries. We would not be where we are had it not been for boundaries. A bra is a boundary. Underwear with the pouch is a boundary. It keeps everything in place and where it's supposed to be. The lines in the street are boundaries. Okay, I don't want to drive on the right side of the road. I feel like since I paid my money for my car, I want to drive on the left side of the road. So if you drive on the left side of the road, you're going to run into oncoming traffic. And then what happens is you're going to have an accident, hurt that person, hurt yourself. And then now we all sitting in traffic because you wanted to do what you wanted to do. And that's the problem in today's society. You don't get to do everything that you want to do. And you have to learn, people have to learn how to respect boundaries. Now, there are people that racially discriminate, and we just have to know the difference. That's a gray area, a gray mix between being racially discriminated and wearing something that you should not wear to a restaurant and act a certain way you shouldn't act at a restaurant, in that little gray area where you try to mix everything up. But there are people like, if we having a business meeting, if I'm meeting with my boss, or trying to pitch an idea, and then somebody over there loud and doing stuff with the phone and turned up and using profanity, you sitting there with your kids. Well, I can say what I want to say. I'm grown. Well, what? I'm sitting at the table with my kids, though. And you over there just cursing up a storm and doing whatever you want to do because I'm grown. It's a free country. And then it goes back into just because you can don't mean that you should. Why? What's wrong with dressing up? Why? Okay, it's a lot of restaurants where you could dress casual or whatever, or wear what you want to wear, but there are some restaurants that have rules or whatever, and when we feel like we want to go and sit down and have a nice, quiet dinner, we worked our ass off, we should be able to have it without being disturbed by somebody that don't know how to act, or I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see your underwear at the table. I don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I can see it when I leave a restaurant, or I can see it when I go to certain restaurants, because we can't tell people what to do or whatever. But sometimes, man, we pay extra money to get away from some of that. That protects us. We don't want to see that all the time everywhere we go. Now, we already can't go on a cruise ship no more because they have relaxed some of the rules and brought the prices down. And that's why you're seeing all of the fights, all of the arrests, all of the stuff going on cruise ships and vacation spots where you go on vacation to relax and have a good time with your kids and whatever. But it's no more decorum. Decorum is gone. Graduation, they say, hey, hold your applause to the end. Screaming. So now you do all the screaming, and then when the next graduate come up, can't even hear their name being called or whatever. What about them and their family? We just live in a society where everybody is selfish and only thinking about yourself and what you want, and you don't. And people are not respecting boundaries that's set up so society can be fair to everybody. I'm not talking about the races that take advantage of the boundaries or the situation to try to use it to discriminate, and the people that go in there don't know how to act, trying to cause problem and call it discrimination when you in there acting a fool and dressed completely wrong with some pajama pants on and a bonnet. Okay, so the next tell you about that girl with that big booty that had to stop by the table. She was trying to get by when I had that steak on what that club, the bougie club in Atlanta, Beyonce.
Cheetah.
Yeah, I was in Cheetah. Yeah, Cheetah to get a steak, and she stood there for 10 minutes, and I couldn't get my phone out fast enough. It was
Ricky.
Teresa with some glitter. It was almost like an eclipse. It was like an eclipse. We will talk about that another day. But anyway, if y'all can get through, hit us up on the website. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Our little brother, Nick Cannon, laid out his feelings about America's major political parties in a recent episode of his Big Drive show. He was talking about Amber Rose and about her move to the Republican Party and how that conversation went down. Here's the clip.
Democrats don't care about black people, and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color, and the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%. People don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
Both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to either party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names.
I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options, and he was definitely by far the better option for us.
And so I don't know if y'all saw his podcast live last night. Roland Martin broke it all down, and he's back with us today to break it all down again. And set the record straight. Roland Martin, go ahead, man. Happy to have you.
Hey, Ricky. Well, folks understand you had Southern Democrats. Southern Democrats were the ones standing for slavery, the expansion of slavery. But you had Northern Democrats who were against it. The Republican Party was created to stop the expansion of slavery. But after the Civil War, after Reconstruction, then what you had something called the Lily White movement. And the Lily White movement was Southern Republicans who supported Jim Crow. And then you had Northern Republicans who were against them. And then, of course, as you go through, you had Woodrow Wilson, a racist Democratic president. Then you had Herbert Hoover, a Republican president who was a leader of the Lily White movement. And then you go to the 1940s, and you had the Democratic Party begin to put civil rights in their plank. And so then you had Southern Democrats, Dixiecrats, who were against that, who were fighting inside their own party. And then you still had your Republicans, Southern Republicans, who were standing alongside those Southern Democrats. So it's silly to say that, well, the Democrats created the KKK and the Republicans freed the slaves when you don't tell the rest of the story. And the reality is, if you look at the issues today, how the South has flipped, the reality is you have what used to be strongholds for racist Southern Democrats are now Republicans. And which party today defends Confederates? It's Republicans. Who is against folks tearing down those monuments? Who are the folks who are supportive of banning books? It's Republicans. And so that is the silliness when you sort of throw that out there, and those distinctions and nuances are important, because if you are a Republican today and you are still trying to hold your hat on what Republicans did in 1850 or 1860s, then you clearly are not paying any attention. And so that's why that's important when Amber Rose says, Democrats don't like black people, Republicans do. Baby, please give me the issues. And see, folk don't want to do that. So it's real easy to fall for the okie doke, to be bamboozled by somebody just throwing a statement out, but not providing any context or facts to actually back it up.
That's right. And really, Roland, we can go even further and say that the Republican Party of the 1850s, they were anti-slavery, but they were really also jealous of the Southern landowners who were so rich because they had all of this free labor. So that was a part of it as well.
Well, yeah, you had that, but also you had this battle because, listen, northern cities also got rich because of slavery, because of insurance and things along those lines. And so, so the real issue here is not Republicans and Democrats, is whiteness. That's what the real issue here is, and it still boils down to the realities that what are black interests, what are black concerns, and when you're making a choice, who are you voting for? See, if anybody comes up to me and they says, well, Democrats, and then of course Nick Cannon talks about what W.B. Du Bois said about the evils in both parties. W.B. Du Bois was speaking about, that was an essay written on October 20th, 1956 in The Nation. That was a 1,657-word essay. So just don't look at that one thing. He was talking about the conditions of the country then, but what is Nick Cannon saying? Well, because in the essay, Du Bois said the evils of both parties, but the article was titled "Why I Won't Vote." I actually reprinted the entire article on BlackStarNetwork.com. So what are you saying, Nick? You're not going to vote? Because Du Bois said in 56 he wasn't going to vote. So if you're not going to vote, why are you talking?
That right there.
Yeah. That's a good comment. Hey, Roland, let everybody know how they can watch the video. If you really want a good history, I watched it last night live. How can people watch it and how people can find it?
Easiest thing, go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland Martin. Click video. You'll actually see the full segment where I break it all down. And also, I show you 10 to 15 books, and you can also get to understand what's going on. But y'all, please stop listening to TikTok University. Stop going to YouTube. Stop going to Instagram College and understand what real history is, and stop following celebrities who clearly don't fully read and comprehend.
Right. That's good stuff, man. Hey, Roland, love you, man. Appreciate you, man. And thank you for that lesson last night. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
What up, people? It is your boy Whiskey. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's October London. And I'm up early with my man Rickey Smiley. You're listening to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 25 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. What up, Alfreda?
What up, Ricky? It is Tuesday, March 31st. Here's what's going on in the news. The U.S. is escalating strikes in Iran, reportedly hitting a site in Isfahan, which is home to a key nuclear facility, but it's unknown if the actual facility was hit. President Trump fueled speculation, posting a video of a massive explosion with no context. At the same time, an Iranian drone hit a Kuwaiti oil tanker off Dubai. That ship caught fire, but no injuries were reported. Meanwhile, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is set to brief this morning as Operation Epic Fury passes 1 month with thousands more U.S. troops now in the region. Gas prices up. The country's still in a partial shutdown. Not to mention, Trump now has his eyes on Cuba. America first much, but I digress. It's not surprising that a new poll shows Trump's approval at just 33%, with many Americans upset about the gas prices, the inflation overall, the handling of the Epstein files, and, of course, the war with Iran. Meanwhile, VP J.D. Vance is winning over the CPAC crowd, leading their straw poll at about 53%. However, he's also making headlines for admitting to a weird obsession with UFOs. But here's the thing. Vance thinks they might be demons, not aliens. So with all that, Cory Booker might actually have a chance in 2028, and he's thinking about it.
I am definitely not ruling it out. I'm running for re-election. I hope New Jersey will support me for another 6 years. I'm proud of so many things that my Democratic colleagues are doing, but as a whole, our party has failed this moment. It's why I've called for new leadership in America. I've called for a generational renewal.
Cory is promoting his new book, Stand, where he calls out his own party and says the political divide is tearing the country apart. For info on these stories and more, go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the Cam Newton, Stephen A. Smith conversation continues. Cam had Jason Whitlock on his podcast. Many people had a problem with it, saying that, listen, including former NFL player Ryan Clark.
I never want to be tied into no buffoonery. I don't believe all content is good content. I don't believe all publicity is good publicity. I don't think we have to be gossipy. I don't think we have to be messy. I don't think we have to always be chaotic. I don't always think that we have to create some level of drama. I don't want to be that person. If that's what I got to be for you to like me, I'd rather not be liked.
He's referring to Jason Whitlock being on Cam Newton's podcast. Now, Cam is also on record saying that there's no loyalty in this content space, and Stephen A. Smith had to check him on that.
In this world of content, there's no such thing as loyalty.
I need you to listen. School's in session, bro. Because you said something that should alarm everybody. This ain't the loyalty business. Who told you that? Cam Newton, you might say controversial things. You might get yourself in trouble. I'm not going to contribute to that trouble, bro. When you speak, you should speak the truth. But every truth ain't meant to be heard. There are an abundance of things that we could bring up all day, every day about Cam. You Cam. And it wouldn't be the best look. Dare I say it would turn networks off. I don't revisit that. You my man. Period.
Period. Period.
Damn.
He pretty much saying,
they
look.
be getting at it on them podcasts. They're going back and forth. That's some stuff right there.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, but you can learn a lot. If you listen between the lines, you can learn a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, man. Took him to school right there. That's my quick sports report. Follow me on social media at Rock T. Holla. Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and this hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 29 after the hour, time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat, and this is the hot spot, but we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, Suge Knight will be dropping a book this fall with Simon & Schuster. The title of the book is Your Pain Is My Joy. Suge Knight co-founded Death Row Records with Dr. Dre back in 1991, and he promises that he won't shy away from controversy. He said we can expect him to address things like the rumor that he once dangled Vanilla Ice over a balcony in effort to get him to sign over publishing rights to Ice Ice Baby, and his blowout brawls with longtime rival Bad Boy Records founder Sean Diddy Combs. He'll also revisit the events surrounding the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop beef and give his version of events of the night that Tupac was gunned down in the streets of Las Vegas. Suge wrote a book while serving a 28-year prison sentence for voluntary manslaughter stemming from the January 2015 death of Terry Carter, whom he mowed down with his car. Suge Knight's new book, Your Pain Is My Joy, drops on August 4th, and I'm sure everybody want to hear his side of the story and what happened and all of that, because he was probably one of the people that was right up close and personal and witnessed all of it. So it's coming out August 4th. Moving on, y'all, it seems like Boosie can't catch a break at the airport. He went on a rant and said that he was traveling in Minneapolis when a TSA agent told him that his jewelry could be a weapon. And here's what he said.
I just ran across a racist ass, a white stinking racist ass. Bitch, see my jewelry and get jealous. I'm watching this. See my jewelry second get jealous. Going there and talking about I got a weapon in there. Talking about my ring is a weapon. I can't fly with it. You racist. Tell him finna miss my. I don't care if you miss your flight. That's not you Pippi Longstocking looking.
Wow. Did he video it?
I don't know if he videoed it.
Put that camera on him.
I haven't seen that he videoed it, but that is crazy. That is crazy. Like, some of us have some big, nice pieces. Like, the girl.
But I didn't know they make you take it. I mean, make him not let him fly with it. So what did it look like?
I don't know. Girl, find something else to do, girl. My goodness. Yeah, I disagree with this. All right. Last but not least, y'all, Cardi B just scored a legal win. Well, technically, Cardi, Atlantic Records, and Warner Music Group have had a lawsuit thrown out in Texas after being accused of using part of another artist's song without permission. Now, the case was originally filed back in July of 2024 by Joshua Frosto and Miguel Aguilar, who claimed that Cardi's track Enough, Miami, borrowed from their 2021 song Greasy Fry Bread. But according to court documents, the judge dismissed the case not because the claims themselves, but due to lack of jurisdiction. In other words, the court ruled that it didn't have authority to handle this lawsuit in Texas. Now, it's unclear if the plaintiffs plan to refile the case in another state. So while this is a win for Cardi, the legal battle may not be over just yet. But here's a clip of Joshua and Miguel's song, Greasy Fry Bread.
Sound the same.
Oh, man.
Oh, my
Killed
God.
Who copied?
That's fine.
They're saying Cardi copied.
But she did.
Well, she didn't do the beat, so whoever the producer was, it was kind of similar. It was kind of similar.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But for more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com, and you can catch me on all my social media at Brat. Coming up next, y'all, we got the Praise Mix Down with the White Stone. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.